can follow that. Let's see if we can. Let's see if I can. Okay. See if we can. If this is going to work for me. You can hear that phone ring. Hear that?
Crickets.
Hear that?
A little louder.
One more time.
A little more gain on the...
Okay. Just shut up. You'll hear it. Okay. Listen. Okay. Hear it. All right. Good. So. I'm sure most of you.
Tom's not here right now, and the message is a beep.
Okay? That's what you get when you call Tom's house. Hi, I'm not here right now. At the message, leave a beep. Okay. Okay, so, Tom, you can sit down if you want. We don't have anything to do. Yeah, it's our turn now. I have some messages here from other people as well as a couple of stories, and the first story that I'd like to share with you guys is about Tom and myself. We were sitting at the Newporter at one of those Orange County bashes, which was at the Newporter, and Ansel Hill was leading the band. And I was sitting there next to Tom, and Tom would announce every guy in the band, announce the name. And so he got around to the on trumpet, so and so, and we took a bow. We took a trombone, and so, trombone, so, and then it gets on the baritone saxophone, on the tenor saxophone, so and so, on the lead out saxophone, so and so, and he looks at me and he goes like this. He goes, "Tell me your name." He didn't know my name. He looks at me, and so I looked back and I just went, "Sal?" I was like, oh my God. So, that's one story. Okay, now, a long time before that, Tom Rainier was the lead alto on a band called the Orange County Rhythm Machine and Wind Ensemble. And they played at this place that I never knew. It was called Hungry Joe's. It was probably down the street here. Right? Yeah, and Tom Rainier needed he was going to play lead alto in the band, and I needed him to play soprano, but he didn't have a soprano. So it's that soprano that he borrowed. He says, "Let me see your soprano." So he starts playing the soprano, and it's a little stuffy. It's a little stuffy inside, and he goes to look, and he says, "God, I wonder if the keys are seating and they're working." And he looks in here, and there's a spider with a spider web inside the bottom of the soprano. Come on. So my segue to that is that this is Tom Rainier's note. I first met and played with Tom at a restaurant called the Golden Bull.
Oh my God!
Wherever that is.
Where's John? Where's John McClure? John, that was John's dad's restaurant.
Where is it at?
Off the 5 freeway at El Toro.
El Del Toro. Okay. I first met and played with Tom at a restaurant called the Golden Bull. He was 17 and I was 19. I can say that he sounded so great even at that young age. The sound, the time, and musicality and command of the horn, as well as the conception, were all in place. I felt like selling my horn, which I often felt when playing with him and hearing him now. Of course, his writing is known to so many, and rightly so. Magnificent arrangements that all bear his unmistakable sound. So on this birthday, let me add my best wishes and love for one of the truly great musicians and truly great people I've ever known. Keep swinging, Tom. With all love and respect, Tom Rainier. All right. Now, this one is... this is from Gordon Goodwin. Here we go. Here we go. Now, Gordon sent this to me tonight, and I kind of brisked through it, and I reluctantly will read it to you now. When I was told about Tom's birthday, I found myself facing a choice. Either make the long drive in traffic from Thousand Oaks to Huntington Beach, or write something out and have Sal read it. And he says, a 2-hour slog down the 405, or risk having Sal butcher my finely crafted words. hard to decide. I mean, we all know what a sensitive soul Sal is. And if he's having a good day, maybe he would read my words with proper inflection and properly convey my strong affection to Tom Kubis. Maybe he got a Dancing with the Stars royalty check. And his feeling generous of spirit. I finally decided to take a chance and let Sal read this, and I'm sure that many of you will let me know through Facebook exactly how he did. I gotta buy a round. It's hard to know what to make of Tom Kubis. It isn't natural for one guy to be so good at so many things. Not fair. But there it is. Anything in the world of music this guy touches, he owns. You get the feeling that he didn't do this right. You get the feeling that it really doesn't matter what instrument he chooses to play. The music just flows out of the guy. His tenor playing is perfect mix of feel and intellect, of structure and spontaneity. And of course, there are a ton of great tenor players out there. Some of them play as good as Tom, but none of them can touch him with a pencil in his hand. Okay, well, a mouse in his hand. Which brings me to this remarkable fact. Tom Kubis is one of the few guys to transition from writing with a pencil to writing with the computer and not have the charts suffer as a result. I agree with that completely. Once again, the tools he uses are almost beside the point. The music comes out spirited and strong. I can't think of a single overwritten bar in all the charts he's written. That's Gordon telling you guys that, right? Well, he says, well, okay, maybe the Windows soprano sax solo with 5 soprano saxophones playing at the same time is really not sound found in nature. Just kidding. That was too cool. That was cool too. Even when Huckins screwed up and brought a clarinet, and they had to play with 4 sopranos and a clarinet right in front of Leonard Feather for a review. I remember that. Oh boy. I've been amazed and inspired by Tom for 30 years. When I first realized the scope of his skill set, I thought for sure he would be the king of all show business. And if he had ever learned how to return a phone call, he would be. Congrats, Tom, and here's to 30 more years of amazing charts. All the best, Gordon Goodwin. And then he says, P.S. Perhaps I roasted the wrong guy. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Happy birthday.